launching a tasty pastry. It's a low-carb Pop-Tart. It's got 3 to 4 grams of net carbs, and we love this show. This is our best place to be in LA.
Welcome back to Legendary Foods Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, and today is Monday, June 20th, 2022. And let's find out what's going on in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. As I'm sure you all know, Monday is International Chest Day. And just in case you needed a little bit of extra motivation to get out there and, well, get this morning going, we're bringing you this update from longtime friend of the show, Rafa Brandao. Ever since Rafa punched his ticket to this year's Mr. Olympia contest with the big win back at the Arnold South America, it's almost like he's ratcheted the intensity up a few notches because for one reason or another, he really seems to be getting after it right now. For the most part, I think anyone who's been following Rafa since he exploded onto the scene a few years ago has known for a long time that it was only a matter of time before he got himself to this level. Because the guy really does check all the boxes you want to see. And now that he's added more quality size to his entire frame, he's finally at the point where he can stand in there and trade shots with some of the other guys who fall into that elite level category. If Rafa spends the next few months making the right improvements and ironing out whatever wrinkles he has in his process, then he should be more than ready to put himself into contention to fight for one of those top 6 Olympia spots. I don't think we've spent a whole lot of time talking about the Expo Super Show over the last few weeks, but that might be a mistake on our part because the stuff that we've been seeing from Marcella DeAngelis lately deserves some attention. At this point, Marcella is just under 2 weeks out from making his pro debut, and if you believe the comments from some of the other elite athletes in classic physique like Terrence Ruffin, who's on the record as saying that he believes that Marcella has the ability to be a top 2 guy in the division right now, then that makes this show must-see TV, because it can potentially be the start of a major shift at the highest level. People in the know seem to believe that this guy is the real deal, so if he shows up and delivers on his hype, these next few months are about to get a whole lot more interesting. Here's another interesting update in the world of classic physique from someone else who we were talking about in the same breath not too long ago. A few weeks ago, there were some rumors floating around the internet about former Arnold Classic runner-up Steve Laureus being ready to potentially jump into his first prep of the season. But based on some of the content that he's been cranking out lately, it feels like those rumors might have been, well, a little premature. According to Steve, right now, he's still in the process of trying to make the necessary improvements so that he can work his way back into championship contention, which suddenly has become a tall order in this division, especially for someone who we haven't seen on the Olympia stage since 2018. Steve has always been widely regarded as someone who had some of the best genetic gifts in all of bodybuilding, which is something that will always give him a distinct competitive advantage. So if he can find a way to really hone in all his conditioning and tie this all together, it will only be a matter of time before we see him start to work his way back up that ladder again. I know that we've said this before, but it's worth repeating. Sometimes changing your surroundings and the people who surround you is the best thing you can do because it forces you to grow and get outside of your comfort zone. And if you're trying to compete at an elite level and prove that your name belongs in the conversation as one of the best bodybuilders in your division, the way Ping Yunlong is, well, then getting outside of your comfort zone is probably one of the best things you can do. According to reports, the 212 Olympia hopeful recently made the move to go train with the KO squad out in Egypt, which also just so happens to be the stomping grounds for your reigning and defending 2-time Olympia champ, Big Ramy. We all saw how impressive he was when he won that Thai Pro earlier this year, and the fact there are so many things still up in the air with the 212 division right now means that there could be some, well, tremendous opportunities to take advantage of by the time we get to the Olympia weekend. So if Ping can, soak up some of the big championship energy and head into Vegas firing on all cylinders, he's definitely someone who has the potential to make some waves before the season is over. And that does it for yet another edition of Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, reminding you to always be true to your passions and make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.